Welcome back to a new episode of A.O.A. Fishing. Today, we got a surprise right here. I just picked this up the other day. It is the new 133X kayak B.A.S.S. This thing's a beast. Today, we're gonna go over it, review it, check out everything that comes with the new rig. Just take it all in. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe if you have not yet. Let's get into it. Researching this though, I looked a lot on YouTube and stuff, and all the videos I saw on it were all like, I mean, they were okay. They all had a ton of views on them, which means people are looking up this and wanting to see what's up with this boat. You know, what's the deal with it? Why is it such a great boat? Why is it such a big deal? You know, but a lot of these videos were poor quality. They were filmed up and down, like different things like that, or they just didn't go over the whole thing. And I watched handfuls of videos, like at least 30 videos, and every single one was lacking in information and quality. So I thought, hey, I need a new yak. I'm gonna get this yak. I wanted this yak. I'm gonna go check it out at the store. I bought it. Now I'm gonna make a video for you guys to show you what's it all about and show you really well and in depth. I'm gonna go over everything on this boat, the most in depth I can on video, and try to explain a little bit of everything. So if you are interested in, you know, purchasing one of these, this video is for you. I got you. We'll go front to back is how we're gonna look at this thing, and go over all the new things on it that weren't on the 12T, I think it's the 12T8 and the 12T, which is my old boat. So I'm gonna go over what's new on this one compared to mine. First off, here in the front of it, we got these nice beefy handles. These handles versus the normal one, like the 12T, where it's a fabric handle in the boat. These are built into the actual boat, so they ain't going anywhere. And they're really solid, and we got two in the front, two back there in the back. You'll see them at the end of the video. And that's the first thing that's like awesome about this boat, that makes it step up its game a little bit and puts it side by side with the rest of these big beefy kayaks in the game. We also got a plate here. This plate is so you can mount a trolling motor on here and not have to drill it into the frame of the boat. I have one of these, something similar to this on my real boat, and the thing's awesome. You can take the trolling motor on and off with like little to no work, and compared to drilling into the frame or something of the boat or anything like that, where it screws things up and then you can only run that trolling motor on it. This thing, you can buy another plate if you buy a different trolling motor, replace it, and so on. So that thing's really cool and definitely a step up. And if you look underneath here, we actually got a skid guard right here. See this? It's a removable skid guard. A lot of higher up expensive kayaks have these, and they decided to put one on this kayak, this Ascend. So once you skid that thing down, you can go buy a new one. I was actually thinking about making metal ones to go in there, but that saves your hole a little bit. And if you look over here, this thing right here is another thing that they're kind of bringing off of some of the higher quality brands. This is a transducer in-hole, like a cavity. You stick a transducer in here, and there's the hole, scupper hole. You know, the wire goes through there and into your boat, and you can wire it up from there. You got your transducer reading, instead of reading through the hole where it's a little staticky most of the time, or reading off the trolling motor where it can get staticky, it's going straight through into the water, and it's out of the way. You're not going to be running up against anything. You got it like in the boat, you know what I mean? This thing right here is a removable guard. That's how you mount it. You mount it to this. If you buy a different transducer, you can buy a new piece and redo that, which is another cool thing. These things, like, they thought of everything with this boat. Got pads all up and down this boat, like C-deck. I'm probably gonna replace those with different color one just to spice things up a little bit. And I'm probably gonna do this up in C-deck as well. I'm thinking, just because I took this thing out and did a stability test. If you haven't seen that video yet, it'll be somewhere up here. Stability test on this kayak, see how stable it was. And I was standing way up here in front, way in the back, all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna need to put those down so I have quieter footing and stickier footing, like I can stick to the deck a little better. Up here, they want you to put a trolling motor on this, like that's what it's meant for. So they got this thing wired up. This is the trolling motor plug. It's like the average like thing you got on all the boats for trolling motors. I got it on my boat, same exact plug. That's all wired in with the yak here. If you don't know the yak power, yak power. If you don't know the yak power, it's the button power system. They got this thing right here, and you can, it's not hooked up right now, but you can wire it in where different buttons do different things. Like that will be power. You got number 1 be the trolling motor, number 2 be the LEDs, letter B be the, who knows, phone charger. If you want to put a phone charger here or something. Like that's the way the yak power works. I installed this in my 12T. Love the thing, it is awesome. But they got this thing wired up just like the 12T.8 with that yak power straight from the store. That's cool. They also got this other style of plug up here that's also already connected into it. I don't know what, you can connect whatever to it, just wire it in, and you have different things. This is pretty cool. They have a few of these throughout the boat. Now these are access holes that the 12T I know didn't have them, and I wish they did. I should have thought about building something like that. It's a piece of plastic, but what it does is make it where you, for wiring and purposes and stuff, you got a hole. You can unscrew that. Makes it nice and easy to get to this stuff when you're wiring things in, or if you're fixing wiring if something breaks or so on. You can wire it easy and not have to figure out how to dig everything out of there and get it back through there, you know what I mean? So that makes it cool. There's one there, one up there under the seat, you can see it right there, and then there's one in the very back. So it makes it where you can get access to any part of the kayak. Really cool. Along the sides here we got rails. They got rails coating the whole boat. They got rails back here, there, and there. I'm probably gonna add rails to it as well. Makes it nice. I got an example over here. This is my ram ball. This is for my Garmin unit, but it runs on the rails, which I think is awesome. My 12T did have rails, but that tightens down there, nice and solid. You can buy different accessories for it. Run rails all over the place, you know. Makes it nice and easy. You don't have to mount things to the actual boat. Awesome things. Best thing to ever put on a kayak. Even if it's not this kayak, get rails for your kayak. Definitely recommend. So here on the pedals, these are new pedals for the year. These things are pretty cool. They actually, I mean, they look cooler than old pedals, but along with that, with this kayak, if you're running it on a trolling motor, you probably don't really need paddles. You know, I mean, if you're using the paddles, which I'd always recommend bringing a paddle with you, and I'm gonna put a paddle mount on the back here to do that, just in case the trolling motor or battery dies, you know, something happens. But you can take these things off so they're not in the way, so you have more deck space, just like this, which you could not do on the older ones. So you can take that up, that makes it nice and clear in that way. Makes a little more deck space, which is awesome. Awesome thing they did for the new year. Along with this middle thing. I know on the 12T, my old kayak, it was flush with the bottom. Lots of water could get in there if you filled it up enough. Like, it just was problematic. Along with the door is a lot smoother. And the way they built this thing, it's raised up, so water can't get in there as easily, you know. This is in a cool spot too. And there's lots of space over here for other items. But nice locking mechanism. It runs like that, so that goes out to hold the door shut. Lots of space in here. This is the yak power. I was messing with it earlier, trying to wire in some of my stuff, and lots of space. I'm gonna put some blockades here so it's just contained in this area so stuff doesn't slide around, you know. And I might make those actual like doors so I can actually open them and make it a new compartment as well, and just more deck space just hide things under the deck. That thing's really cool though. Nice solid door. Awesome. And you can stand on it. It's reinforced. The honeycombs, like, where it's a lot stronger than you would think. Really solid. Something I love that they did with their deck too is they took all these, see these channels here? These channels run to the scupper holes. That is draining channels. So when you do get water in here, instead of it sitting around like on the old boats, you got channels that run it down through the holes so it drains out. And you got them going to everyone. You got it going under the seat that run down into there. You got them, these all channel into there, and it's like kind of coned into that direction, angled. So the water all falls that direction, which is awesome. Like, that is top notch, especially in these cold months. You don't want a bunch of water on your boat. Along here on the sides, we got these nice handles. I don't know what you really use those for, really. Like, you're not gonna be carrying the thing on the side. It's 100 and some pound kayak. But you got these nice, big, deep, super deep cup holders. Perfect for a lot of different cups. Really nice. I like those a lot. Along with these big channels for, they're like pockets. You can fit tackle boxes in here, all sorts of things like that. And then you got this channel, which is like that. It's deeper in here. And then it gets a little shallower. And here, I'll show you an example real quick. These are rod channels, actually. We got one on each side. They fit your fishing poles pretty perfectly. Check this out. But it sets in there just like that. Check it out. Nice and neat in the channel. So you're not gonna be breaking your eyes off or anything because they're nice and tight in there. You know, you're not gonna have the rods up in the sky getting chopped off by bridges you're going under or anything. Reel's nice in there. And you got enough room in here on top of that where, like, I'm comfortable. I have more than enough space and my chair is higher up. So like, that doesn't even bother me. That's just sticking out like that. Not in the way at all. Easy to grab, a little easier than reaching back here, trying to grab it out of the holes. It's right next to you, ready to go, you know. Boom, you're good to go. Cast on those fish. Let's get to the chair. The chair, new chair for 2020 season. A lot comfier than the old chairs, even though the old chairs were pretty amazing. These are even comfier. They got more of a back support here. Arched back, so it's like it supports your back a lot more. Along with this, it's a lot softer. And here, the metal on here seems a lot stronger. Like this, they beefed everything up pretty much to make it more durable, you know. I already rigged up this. I need to paint it still, but I rigged this up. It's a swivel system on here. They make some with swivels. I think they make the T8, or I think they make the 12.8 T or whatever they call it. They make that one with a swivel straight from the store, but I did not purchase that one. And this one supposedly didn't come with a swivel. But I made this thing where it has this bolt goes in there to lock it so it sits in one spot, or you can pull that out and then you got a swiveling chair, but otherwise it's stationary. And with this chair, we got a few channels. We can have it up high like this, where you're way up above the water. Or you can take it, and you see these channels right here? That's the lower one, this is the higher one. Pull it up. It's hard to do with one hand. Really hard to do with one hand, guys. I gotta set you down for a second. And you're good to go. Just like that. You got the seat lower for if you're paddling or something. And it's pretty good set up. Back here, you got your little door for the battery. You got more scupper holes as well. More channels that run to the scupper holes. But this is a little square. Your battery fits in that pretty good. And actually the water can drain underneath the battery and out of the kayak because of these, which is another cool thing. They got those running all over there. But that hooks up and you got your power source where the battery plugs in right there, and that powers your whole boat. Goes straight from the battery right there, small cords, not cords everywhere, drilling holes in the kayak. It's already all done for you. All there, nice and neat. It looks very clean and professional. Nice. Good. Back here in the back though, we got so much space. It's massive, massive amount of space back here. Like I said, all draining and everything, and you got these 2 pads running here. That's just to keep things from moving around. It's not gonna be sliding around on the plastic. That stuff, when you get objects like a cooler or something on there, or a moat crate full of tackle, or anything like that, it makes it stay in one spot. It's not gonna be sliding around. Even if it's wet, it will keep it stationary when you're paddling around. They got more rails back here and another power source over here. And this thing, you may be wondering what it is. It is not for a trolling motor, but instead it's supposed to be for a power pole, like a Minn Kota power pole, yak pole, I forget what they call them. They're like a single stick yak power pole. But that mounts up there. That's why they got this power source here. You don't need that because it's a lot of money. I'm gonna build one, I think. I'm gonna like just engineer one myself that's electric. So it's gonna be a interesting project, but that's what that's for back here. And back in the back here underneath, you got 2 more of those rub bars like on the front, 1 on each corner. I already used them pretty good because I didn't have my wheels made it yet last time I used this, so they're kind of worn out already. I drug it across concrete, but they work. I have no scratches on the bottom, just on the little rub bar, so that's awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed anything, or if the camera went past something you saw, leave a comment down below asking what it is, and if you leave a comment down below what you want me to see do with this kayak as well. I'll be doing a bunch of different things with it and documenting it all, building different things for it for you guys, and just giving you guys ideas on what you can do with your own kayak, even if it's not one of these, just kayak stuff in general. So stay tuned, hit that bell icon if you have not yet, leave a like on the video and comment what you think. See you guys in the next episode, and tight lines as always.